basically angel investors are those who see the potential in your idea or in your company or in your firm and invest. Okay. So to these investors, if the government put a tax, that tax is called as angel tax. Okay. But this tax is a bit means student normally have a confusion. Okay. Now why the government started imposing tax is another interesting point. So I've just given you an idea what is a tax. So basically this tax is imposed, mainly this tax is in news because many startup companies started complaining to the government because of this tax, and which was imposed on the individual who is providing this money. Many people, there is less angel investors are coming to help us. Now regarding the angel tax, few core points, few keywords. One, this tax is imposed on unlisted companies only. Keyword. You know what is a listed and unlisted company, no? Listed companies means a company which is listed in a stock exchange. So normally if you want to list in a stock exchange, it is not easily. It is very difficult. You need to have a lot of track record. So basically unlisted companies means companies which are private companies, which are closed companies. Only few people are there. Okay. So unlisted company don't know the value of their, the biggest problem for unlisted companies that, okay, they cannot say what is the worth of the company, what is the value of the company. Based on the turnover, you cannot say the worth of the company because any time they can become super rich. It's just a matter of a year where their idea clicked and it can happen anything. Okay. So since the valuation is a big problem for unlisted company, it depends upon the investor and the way they present their project. It decides their investment. Okay. So here this angel tax is imposed when a unlisted company raise capital. An unlisted company want money for further expansion. So they will approach some angel investors. So some angel investors will invest. Now the government is saying that we will impose angels. So the government is saying that sometimes the share price, okay, try to understand that this is the share prices, it is decided mutually between the investor and the company owner, or it will be 1 or 2 or 3 or few people will be there. They will say that, okay, my company is having a worth of 5 crore. Okay, so you give me 2 crore, I will give you 40% of the share of my company. You getting what I am saying? So who decided the share price? These people who started the company. And the investor get to know the potential of the company and he is ready to make 2 crore because by investing 2 crore he becomes the 40% owner of the company, and he will, as the company becomes successful, he will earn profit proportionally. Now the government is saying that if the share price is seen in excess of the fair market value, this is the key word. So I told you 5 crore, the 5 crore, if the 5 crore actually a company, an unlisted company have decided the worth of the company, the value of the company as 5 crore and it has raised 2 crore and it has given 40% share to the investor. The government is saying that, okay, this is not a fair market value. This company value is not 5 crore. This company value is only 3 crore. You have given a higher value to it. Okay. So in that case, what this tax is saying that excess of the fair market value, it's not to the entire 2 crore it will be taxed. What is the excess? So here according to the government, what is the excess value? It is 2 crore excess. You have given a unfair market value. So what is the excess fair market value you have raised? That excess money, excess capital will be taxed at 30%. That tax is what is called as angel tax. But here is a problem. how can you decide whether a market value is fair or not? Because it is not public, na? There's always a confusion whether market value is fair or not. So this is the reason why there have been lot of complaints by the startup company to the government, and finally government in 2018 and in 2019 have liberalized and exempted many startup companies from this angel tax. Okay, so the key word about this angel tax is that it is a tax imposed on unlisted company. It's a tax imposed on unlisted company to the capital they have raised from an investor by issuing shares. And when it will be taxed, if the government feels that the share price is seen excess of the fair market value. Only to the excess of the fair market value, that amount will be taxed. And at what rate it will be taxed? It will be taxed at 30%. Okay. Why the government has imposed this tax? Because the government feels that this, by some people, by simply inflating the value of the company, they will create a shell company. They will create a shell company. This black money people, they will create a shell company, and indirectly they will inflate the value of the company and they will bring the investment. And the government want to prevent such type of misuse. So that's the reason why. So to prevent money laundering only, to prevent money laundering means cleaning illegal money only, the government has come with this. In the Finance Act 2002 only, this tax was proposed, because the government states that to stop the practice of issuing of shares in unlisted company at a high premium. What is high premium? Higher than the fair market value. That is called as unnecessarily at a higher price, more than the fair market value, they are issuing shares. And thereby this higher, actually this is actually a way to bring back the illegal money to the country. So to prevent that, to prevent this black money coming back in a legal way, the government has imposed this tax. But it was mainly, this tax was mainly affecting whom? The startups. So finally the government decided to make some changes to the angel tax rule. And what is the current status is that, okay, what is the current taxes is that in February 2019, okay, this was a current affair in throughout 2018. In February, finally, the new department, okay, earlier the department was called as Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. It was renamed and it is now called as Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which is now dealing with foreign investment. So they said that some startup companies can get exemption from angel tax. Startup companies can get exemptions from angel tax provided they have to register, okay. They have to register and file a declaration. Startup companies have to file a declaration to Department of Industry, Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, saying that they are not shell companies and are not used to funnel black money. A declaration has to be given, and after that declaration, this department will submit that declaration to Central Board of Direct Taxes. Okay, and one important point to note down: angel tax is a direct tax. Please write down. Okay, angel tax is not an indirect tax; it is a direct tax. Why? It is imposed on the person. Okay, he cannot shift that burden. Okay, and what it is saying that, okay, in the 2018, this department revised the angel tax guideline. Later in 2019 also revised. Earlier it was revised to 10 crore. Now it was revised to 25 crore. Now it is saying that startup companies, investment up to 25 crore. Means if you are receiving investment up to 25 crore in an eligible company means who have declared, okay, is exempted from angel tax, and there will be no scrutiny from Central Board of Direct Tax. So now if you have startup which has registered with SEBI and has given a declaration saying that they are not misusing, they are not for illegal converting black money, then, and if they are receiving investment up to 25 crore, they are currently, earlier it was 10 crore, it again increased 25 crore, they are exempted. So there is an exemption is there. And also one more condition, so the definition has been given. What is the definition for an eligible startup? This can be also a question. According to this new guideline, an eligible startup, what is an eligible startup means? Startup company which will be eligible for exemption. Exemption from what? Angel tax. What are that? Those startup company should have been registered with the government It should be, would be the one that is registered with the government, and should, means it should be it should have been incorporated in India with less than 10 years. Okay, and new firm, not an old firm. New firm in the sense that it should be having a maturity of less than 10 years. It should have set up in the time you are applying less than 10 years. Okay, that earlier it was 7 years, it was extended to 10 years. So 10 years is the definition for an eligible startup. A startup which is in existence, which is having a existence of less than 10 years, which have been registered with the department and has a turnover of 100 crore. So what is it? Eligible startup which is having a turnover of, in a year its turnover should not have exceeded 100 crore. Okay, and it should not, the turnover should not have exceeded 100 crore. It should be less than 10 years in existence, and it has to be registered with Department for Promotion of Industry and Trade. Okay, so this is the exemption for, so this is the definition for eligible startup, and for eligible startup, investment up to 25 crore is exempted. It is exempted. And for few more category. Okay, if the investment is done, the investor, the angel investor, if it is a listed company, if a listed company is investing in a startup and the listed company is having a net worth of at least 100 crore or a turnover of at least 250 crore, would also be exempted. Here there is no restriction for them. If the investment is done by a listed company, investment is done by a listed company to a startup, and that listed company is having a 100 crore turnover. Turnover of at least 250 crore and having a net worth of 100 crore, they are also exempted. Okay, see, it is a prominent affair, it is a fact, but most importantly, I strongly believe instead of asking fact, they will ask the concept. But anyway, you'll be updated with that, what is the exemption or what is the new guideline regarding angel tax exemption. And finally, one more thing, we already said this is again alternative investment fund is in news. Okay, investment into eligible startup. You are clear what is eligible startup? Na? Investment into eligible startup by NRIs. NRIs, if NRIs is so there will be no angel tax on NRIs. Be very careful. No angel tax on NRIs. So no angel tax on NRIs. Domestic alternative investment category 1 fund. Not foreign, domestic alternative investment category fund 1. We know what is domestic category 1 fund. Shall be exempted with, so see, already for normal investment 25 crore is the limit. Na? For them, they will not be having any limit. For listed companies and these NRIs and domestic AIF category 1 will not even have the 25 crore limit also. They will be exempted. Okay, these people are not, because why they are being exempted is that they believe, government believes that listed companies, these people are not converting black money into white. Okay, for other factors only they are putting these restrictions. Okay, so angel tax, please have an idea. Okay, so these points, okay, these related points, just please go and revise it. Okay.